What's up guys, welcome back once again to the Gaming Careers YouTube channel where we help you build a career out of live streaming and content creation for the gaming niche. And if you haven't yet noticed, I am in my new studio. Obviously I released a video last week of me building it and choosing all the parts for it, and I'm just so happy with how it all turned out. So if you haven't yet seen that video, do click the little icon up in the top corner to watch that first. But today's video is back to things more streaming related, and I mean, obviously you've clicked on the thumbnail and you've read the title, so you already know what I'm talking about, and that is that Elgato have announced a new Stream Deck called the Stream Deck Mini. Basically a younger brother of the traditional Stream Deck, 6 keys rather than 15, but the exact same functionality and a cheaper price point. So today we're going to be looking at this and some of the features that you can do with it. So for those of you that are unaware about the Elgato Stream Deck and now the new Elgato Stream Deck Mini, basically what it is it's a customizable hotkey sort of switch pad where you can customize certain actions that help you with your stream or your social media or any program that you use on your computer. And they have little screens behind each of the keys where you can customize exactly what icon shows. So it's designed to be sort of a hotkey system that can really help in the heat of running your stream, do some complex actions and also some simple actions. So things like muting your mic or changing scene, as well as more complex things like bringing up certain graphics and changing music and, you know, multiple actions at the same time even. So if you hadn't heard of it, hopefully that's a brief description before we get into setting up the software. So obviously with less keys, the 6 keys on the Stream Deck Mini compared to the 15 on the traditional Stream Deck, the Stream Deck Mini comes in at a cheaper price point. Now that is $99.95 in comparison to the Stream Deck, which usually retails for about $140, or in pounds that is £90 or $89.95 in comparison to the $134 that you usually pay for the Stream Deck. So it comes in about $40 or £40 cheaper, and I think it's a really good price point. You certainly wouldn't go wrong picking yourself up one of these, especially if you haven't already got the Stream Deck. It's not just limited to 6 keys, as I've said in the video. You combine multiple actions, you can put things within folders, so you may be having to press one more key than you would on the traditional Stream Deck, but it's still a massive efficiency improvement over, you know, alt-tabbing into OBS or, you know, sending out tweets and things like that. I really do think that this is one of the best pieces of kit that you can get for such a cheap price to up the level of your stream. I have of course got links to the Stream Deck Mini in the description of this video, and so wherever in the world you are, I'd really appreciate if you were looking to pick one of these up. If you went through my links, Amazon gives me a little cut, tiny percentage of your purchase price. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it really helps me work on this channel full time, which is obviously what I'm doing now. So yeah, if you do want the Stream Deck Mini, I'd appreciate you checking it out through my links in the description. So as we can see now that we have plugged in the new Stream Deck Mini, it comes up with an Elgato welcome sign on one of the buttons. That's just sort of the default as you get set up, and in the software you can see that I now have 2 different Stream Decks, one called Stream Deck 1, one called Stream Deck 2. Obviously Stream Deck 1 is my original Stream Deck with 15 keys, and Stream Deck 2 is the new Stream Deck Mini. So I'm just going to rename these so that they're easier to know which one you're customizing. So you just click the settings cog up here. I'm going to call this one Stream Deck as it's the original Stream Deck, and I'm calling my Stream Deck 2 my Stream Deck Mini. So you can see the default Elgato gives us is a little welcome button, which I imagine opens up the Elgato website, but we're just going to remove that. So all we have to do in the software is remove the key itself, and as you can see on the Stream Deck it has also been removed. So let's go about adding some of the basic ones. Let's say I wanted to set a button to open up my YouTube channel. In the system tab here, there's a few different hotkeys that have been set up for you, and let's just drag the website one onto the top left. Now we can name this whatever we want. I'm just going to call it YouTube channel, and as you can see by default it puts the text below, but you can set that to either show in the middle or at the top, or you can hide the title completely. Next we want to enter in the URL that we want it to open, so I'm just going to put in my YouTube channel here, and finally we get the option to customize the icon itself. Now if we look across at the Stream Deck Mini, you can see that our icon is now in place, and if we click it, it should open up our YouTube channel. So I've got a browser open, click the button, and as you can see it now opens up our YouTube channel. So let's look at another example of something we could do a little bit more advanced. Let's say we want to tweet something at the click of a button. And you can imagine as you're starting your stream, maybe you want to tweet out that your stream is going live, and rather than writing out this tweet every time, you could assign it to one of the buttons on your Stream Deck. So all we do is we browse to the Twitter category, we drag tweet onto one of our keys, we can name it if we would like. I'm just going to name it live, and the account I've already linked is my Twitter account. You obviously have to link that within the Elgato software. Here we can put in the text that we want. So let's say I am tweeting from my Elgato Stream Deck. So let's actually change this since this isn't a live one. Let's just name this test. From my gaming careers account, I'm tweeting from my Elgato Stream Deck. Do I want to add an attachment? No, I don't for this one. And hopefully now, if I also open up my Twitter and I click the button, you can see a tick mark comes up on the screen to say that the tweet was successfully sent. Hopefully now if we refresh our Twitter, you can see the tweet went out. I'm tweeting from my Elgato Stream Deck. Okay, cool. So we've got a couple of basic ones out of the way. Now, as you can imagine, the main purpose of a Stream Deck is to help with your stream. So you can customize all sorts of things within OBS Studio or Streamlabs OBS, as well as things like alerts and soundboards and things like that. So let's look at a couple of examples of that. So now I have opened up Streamlabs OBS, and I just have a couple of example scenes. You can see here I have my live scene and a starting soon stream and a be right back scene. And I can obviously control these using my new Stream Deck. So if I open up the Streamlabs OBS tab here, you can see I can drag scene across to one. And let's say that this is my game scene. So I'm just going to write game and spell it right. You choose the right collection that you're using. I'm using Vivid IRL. And then you choose the scene that you want, and this is all already integrated, so I'm just going to choose my live scene because that's my game one. Of course you can change the icon if you would like to. I'm just going to add a second scene here. Let's say this is my starting soon, and it's already selected the right one. I'm going to remove the text since it doesn't all fit in, and then I can push the right icon on my Stream Deck and we should see the Streamlabs OBS change. So pushing it now, and as you can see, it's absolutely instant. So you don't need to alt tab across to OBS or Streamlabs OBS. You can easily control the scenes very quickly. Now obviously with the Stream Deck Mini you have less keys than the traditional Stream Deck. But one thing that you can do with the Stream Deck is you can create folders, so you can have basically an infinite number of buttons at your fingertips. So what we're going to do is we're going to delete these two that we've just created and we're going to recreate them inside of a folder. So right click on the space, create folder, we can name this whatever we want. We're going to name this scenes. Again, we can change the icon if we would like to. And if we go into that folder, then we can see that we have a back button, which is already selected. So if you ever click that, you go back. But you can click into your scenes, and then we can have a few different selections of scenes in here. So let's recreate the two that we had. We have our game scene, which is live, and we have our starting soon, which we'll hide the title from. This is our starting soon, and then let's just do our be right back as well. And there we go. So now if we click through our scenes on our Stream Deck, you can see it changing in Streamlabs OBS. And of course we can go back up to the root folder and go in and out of folders. Now obviously there is absolutely loads of customization that you can do with these, and I haven't even scratched the surface of the kind of cool things that you can program into each of the individual keys. But I'll probably save that for another kind of video. I'm just hoping to give you a sort of taster as to the kind of things that you can achieve with the Stream Deck. One of the newest features that Elgato added in the latest software update is something that they're calling multi-actions, and what that allows you to do is to do multiple different actions with your Stream Deck with just one key press. Now, this hasn't really been explored too much, and it probably deserves a video on its own, but I'm just going to show you an example of the kind of thing that you could set up with just one key press. So let's imagine a scenario that you're in quite often when you're streaming. You want to start your stream, you want to be on your starting soon scene, you want to tweet out that you're going live, you want to maybe wait 3 to 5 minutes and then swap to your webcam scene, and then you want to unmute your mic at the same time and post a message to your chat saying that you're live, and then maybe change your Twitter username to show that you're live, and all these kind of things. That can all be done with the new Stream Deck software with just one click. So let's do something similar to that. Let's say we want to do a starting stream multi-action. So what we do is we go to the Stream Deck section here and we drag across multi-action. And here we can start to drag in actions, and you can add sort of delays and timers in between each action. So we can obviously name this. Let's just name it live, and we can set a custom icon. I'm just going to grab one of these icons from an icon pack, which I'll show you where to get later for free. Let's get the Twitch one. Where's the Twitch one? There. So it'll be the Twitch icon with live, and let's start setting up our multi-actions. So the first one that we want to do is start our stream. So depending on your streaming software, OBS Studio or Streamlabs OBS or XSplit, for this example I'm going to use Streamlabs OBS. I'm going to say stream, drag that in, and that is going to be starting my stream. The next thing I want to do is to switch to my starting soon scene, just in case I'm on the wrong one. So drag in the scene, switch to starting soon. Next, I want to wait a bit of time before tweeting out that I go live. So if you go into the Stream Deck option, you have this delay. We add that, and we can delay in a certain number of milliseconds. If we want to wait 1 minute, then that is 60,000 milliseconds. Next, we want to tweet out that we've gone live. So we go down to the Twitter, drag in tweet, and let's just have I am now live on twitch.tv/gaming careers. Obviously you would put a bit more thought into what you actually wanted to tweet, and then we want to wait another 3 minutes, so we drag in the delay one again. 3 minutes will be 180,000 milliseconds. Then we want to change our scene in Streamlabs OBS, so we drag the scene one back in and we change to our live scene. We also want to unmute our desktop mic, so we take in mixer audio, and we make sure that we activate our mic, whatever your mic's called. And we also want to post a welcome message in our Twitch chat, so we go down to the Twitch category, and as long as you've linked your account, we can do chat message, and we can just write out into our Twitch chat, hello everyone, welcome to the stream. You know, obviously, I'm not encouraging you copy this word for word. I haven't really put much thought into it, but I just want to demonstrate you could do all of this from one button on your Stream Deck. And I think that's such a powerful tool. We haven't really seen it to its full use, but there's no limit to how many actions you can add. So you could have, you know, a whole custom scene with all sorts of things going on and noises playing in the background and cool dance music. And I honestly, I can't even fathom the kind of things that you could do with just one button on your Stream Deck. One of the main differences between the Stream Deck and the Stream Deck Pro is that the original Stream Deck came with a stand where you could change the height that you wanted your Stream Deck to sit at, and you could have sort of various different angles depending on your use case. The Stream Deck Mini doesn't come with a stand. It in fact has a sort of non-sticky underside to make sure it doesn't move whilst you're pressing it. But it can't be mounted at any angle. So that's certainly something to consider if you're one of those users that wants to have your Stream Deck completely flat, like your keyboard, or you want to mount it in a different orientation. That can't be done with the Stream Deck Mini. So you might be thinking, who is the Stream Deck Mini aimed at? And I think what Elgato have thought about in this product is that a lot of people do really enjoy the Stream Deck, but it's quite an investment, especially for a new streamer starting out. So they wanted to introduce something with a slightly lower price point, that can come in, under $100, and really help people level up their stream, in terms of production quality and all these kind of cool things that you can do with it, as well as people that want to work outside of streaming in Photoshop or Premiere Pro and want a second macro keyboard. So they're really, I think, aiming more at the smaller to medium growing streamers, people that want to start taking their stream more seriously and up the professionalism, if that's even a word, of their stream. Yes, you might have to press 2 keys to get to the same function as you do in the traditional Stream Deck, but I wouldn't say that's actually a massive disadvantage, because you'd be surprised at how quickly your muscle memory kicks in and you start to know exactly where you're going to be within a new folder, and you start tapping to a folder and you know exactly which key is the action that you want to complete after that. So it does have less keys. Obviously they had to reduce the price somehow, They've decided to do that with less keys, and I wouldn't say it's a massive disadvantage just purely because you're not really limited by the number of keys anyway, since you can have both multi-actions and folders where you can have actions within folders. Using my crystal ball, I can already see that one of the comments that I'm going to get a lot in the description of this video is, where can I get icons from? I don't want to use my own icons, like I'm rubbish at Photoshop, I can't create my own cool looking icons. Well, thankfully, both Elgato have their own tool, so you can sort of go through the Elgato website where you can use any of their icons that they already have and customize them in certain ways, as well as uploading your own images to use as wallpapers if you'd like to, like I have with my Gaming Careers logo, which I sort of have as my default layout on my Elgato Stream Deck. But also Twitch Temple, who are associated with Nerd or Die, and they do sort of a lot of alerts and things like that. They have uploaded a Stream Deck icon pack, which you can download for free through their website. Of course, I will be linking to that in the description below, and they have a lot of cool, icons ready for the standard programs that people are using. If you would like to see a video covering, more advanced parts of the Stream Deck and things that you can do with the multi-actions, especially if you've got any ideas yourself, then jump in my Discord or send me a tweet with some of your multi-actions that you've come up with yourself, because I'd love to see what the community comes up with in terms of cool things that you can do with your Stream Deck. And I'll definitely create a video of some more advanced things, some more advanced multi-actions and sort of workflows that you could have using the Stream Deck and the Stream Deck Mini. If that's something that you'd like to see, please do let me know through the comments. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this little video on the Elgato Stream Deck Mini. I've tried to cover a few different things, some first impressions as well as a bit of setup. Hopefully you've found that useful. If you have, please do give this video a thumbs up, and if you are new to the Gaming Careers YouTube channel, I would heavily recommend subscribing for more content like this. And I would just like to say a massive thanks to my patrons, the people that support me month to month and help me keep creating content like this and doing it full time. So a massive thanks to my patrons and subscribers. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.